Let us see that square roots of decimal numbers. In the previous class, we discussed about the whole numbers, integral parts only. Whole numbers we discussed. Now we are going to learn the decimal numbers, square root of decimal numbers. For example, you see, I want to find out the square root of 16.4. 16.4 is the decimal number here. In this decimal number, 16 not 16.4, 17.64. The given number is 17.64 here. So here, in this example, we have two parts. So this is called as integral part. What we call this as integral part. And this is called as decimal part. We have two parts. A decimal number can be divided into two parts. One is integral part, the other one is decimal part. After the decimal point, whatever that comes, it is called as decimal point. Before the decimal point, whatever that you get the number, that is called as integral parts. Integers, whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So they are all integral parts we call it. So now, as usual, how you are marking the bars over the integral part, the same way you have to do to the left of this decimal point. In the integral part, you have to select whatever the numbers that are given in the integral part. Then you mark a bar over that one. Every 2 digits. For every 2 digits, make a group and put a bar over that one. See, I have done here one example. See, this is 17. After before decimal point, you mark a bar. Here, before decimal point, we have 3 digits. For first 2 digits, you mark 1 bar. Then the remaining 1 digit, you have to mark another bar. So, grouping of the digits in the integral part. For every 2 digits, you have to make one group and put a bar over that one. So, that is the first part of doing that one. Then, after putting, see, another example I will take. Third one, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 0.56. Now, what is the job? Select the integral part. First, you put for every 2 digits bar over that one, 7, 8, 3, 6, and 2. Then later, after completing the grouping, then you have to group the decimal part. Second step is, so you have to group the decimal part now. Okay. So same way, decimal part also you have to do the same thing. So after decimal point, you have only 2 digits, that is one group. So here also in 17.64, 64 is 2 digits, one group. Here look at this, 62, one group. We are left with only 3. Then you can put 0 here. There is no change in the value. 3, 0 after decimal point, we can write zeros, there is nothing wrong. So therefore 3, 0 you can write. Or not only 3 here, 3 and 0, 0 you can add, there is no difference in the value. So therefore 3, 0 can be made as one group. So first step is grouping. So here first you have to group the integral part as usual, then go to the decimal part later, grouping. So then in that 17.64, so we want to find out the square root of 17.64. Here, after grouping, 17 as one group, 64 as one group, the leftmost bar here is 17. We have two bars here, decimal part 1 and the integral part 1. The leftmost part is 17 here. Now you have to find out the nearest square numbers. 4 square means it is 16, 5 square means 25, it is more than 17. You have to select this one, 4 square. So take this number 4 in the divisor. You have to write here divisor as 4. Then this and then number on the leftmost, see, bar as divided. Here leftmost bar is, the leftmost bar is 17 is the dividend. 4 is the divisor and 17 is the dividend. Now divide this one. 4 4s are 16. Get the remainder. What is the remainder you will get? 1 is the remainder. 17 minus 16, it is 1. So you get the remainder 1. See, look at this, remainder is 1. After getting the remainder, write the number under the next bar. So what is the number under next bar? That is 64. 64. So you have to write this is 64 very adjacent to this remainder. So here, bring this 64 here. You will get 164. That I have written here. 164. That is the third step. Bringing down the next group and write along with the remainder. So you are getting 164. Then what is the next step here? Divide this divisor So again, what is that? I will write once again 17.64. You have made groups, 2 groups. Okay, then 4 4 is 16. The remainder is 1. Double the divisor now. Divisor is 4. Double it. 4 plus 4, 8. And leave a blank space here. One blank space. So you have to, a blank place should be given there. Double the divisor, 8 on one blank place now. You have to fill the blank place here. So you have to bring down this one. You have brought that 64 down earlier itself. So you have 164 and write a digit here. Write one digit here. So then same digit you multiply with the number that you get here. Suppose if I put 81 here. So 81 into 1, 81 only. So this is still very lesser than 164. Suppose if I, instead of writing 1, if I write 2 here, 82 2s are. Before that, see, when you are bringing this 64 down, you have a decimal point here. So therefore in the quotient also, you have to put one decimal point, then multiply this one too. Once you get the decimal point, then in the quotient also you have to write the decimal point. Okay, so now put the decimal point in the quotient, that's what we have done. Then 82 2s are, so you are getting 164. Then subtract here, remainder is 0. So once you get the remainder 0, whatever that you get, the quotient is the square root of that 17.64. This is the way of finding the square root. Second question, you observe this one. Find the square root of 12.25. So this is a decimal number given. Let us find out the square root now. As usual method, you write like this in this lines, between these lines. So 12.25. So I told it has got 2 parts. This is integral part and this is decimal part. 12 is the integral part, 25 is the decimal part. So now you have to group the integral first. From the decimal point towards left side, 2 digits, we have only 2 digits, over. Then go to the decimal part afterwards. After decimal point, you have only 2 digits, that's also over. Every 2 digits you have to make one group and write a bar over the bar. Now 12 is the integral part. Find out the nearest square number. Nearest square number means 4 4 means 16. It is more than that one. Take the smaller number 3. 3 3 is 9. So 9, so then you subtract this one. 12 minus 3 it is, 12 minus 9 it is 3. Now look at this. Once this integral part is over, the next group you have to bring down is the decimal part. So therefore, before going to that one, you put a decimal point here, 3 point, because we are going to the decimal part, put decimal point there also in the quotient. Then you bring down this 25 here. Right adjacent to this one, it becomes 325. Remainder area, you will get the new divided as 325 now. Now what is the next step? Double this divisor, 3 plus 3, you will get 6, and write a blank here. One blank place will be there. So you have to fill up the blank place.
65 paisa. Sir,
okay, let us see now. 65. 5 5s are 25, 2 5 6 are 30, 33, 25. So therefore you have to fill the gap here. 65 is the gap, 65 is the number. Once you get that 65, then you multiply by 5 only. 65 5s only you have to do. Write the quotient here. 65 5s are 325. So write this one and subtract here, you will get the remainder 0. So therefore, once you get the remainder 0, write the square root of 12.25 as 3.5. You understood where you have to write the decimal point while dividing? Before you bring down this decimal part, that time itself you have to put the decimal point there. Square root of 42.25, write this 42.25 between these two lines, 42.25. As I said, group the integral part first, 2 digits. So we have only 2 digits, that is one group. Then go to the decimal part. So group that, again we have only 2 digits, one group only. Find the nearest square number here. 6 6 are 36, 7 7 are 49. So therefore you write 6 6 36 only. Now subtract this one. Reminder 6 only. Okay. Now you are going to the decimal part. 42 minus 36 you are subtracted. So you have the decimal part here. So before that you have the decimal point here. Keep the decimal point in the quotient also. Keep the decimal point here. Once the decimal point you have marked there, bring down this 25 down. Right along with that number 6. So now the new dividend is 625. Double this divisor. 6 into 2. That is 6 plus 6. This is 12. Now one blank place. You have to fill the blank place now. So I think it is ending with 5. Let us try with 5 only. 125 5s are 5 5s are 25. 5 to the 10 plus 2 12. 5 to the 5 plus 1 625. So therefore you have to write here 5 in the blank. So 125 5s are 625. So if you subtract, the remainder is 0. So therefore 42.25. Its square root is 6.5. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
The last part of this chapter is estimating the square root. So here I have written that how to estimate the square root. Now the first topic is estimate the square root of 250. 250 is not a perfect square number, but we have to find out the nearest square root of this one. Not exactly. It is only an estimation. Estimation means you will not get the exact answer, but you will get very closer answer. Very nearest answer you will get this. Remember that it is not the exact answer, right answer, but very closer answer and the nearest answer. Now 250 I want. As you know that 250 lies between two square numbers. So 10 square and 20 square. What is 10 square? It is 100. 20 square means 400. 100 and 400. So this lies between 100 and 400. But look at this. It is very far away from 250. 100 is very far. 400 is also very far from 250. It is not very closer one. So then let's go to this one. Look at this 100 and 250. 100, 10 square means 100, 400, 20 square means 400. So it lies between these two numbers. The square root of 100 is 10, square root of 400 is 20. This square root of 250, it is not closer to 10 or it is not closer to 20. Both are very far away from the square root of 250. So therefore still we will go to the nearest numbers. Then I will take, we know that the square of 15. 15 square is 225. 16 square is 256. These are the two square numbers I have selected. And this 250 lies between these two square numbers. 250 is greater than 225 and the same 250 is less than 256. Isn't it? Now this 250 is very nearer to 256, isn't it? 250 very closer to 256, not 225. 225 is little far from 256. So if I write this 225 as 15 square and we can write this as 16 square, take the square root of these numbers. Square root of 15 square is 15, square root of 16 square is 16, and the square root of 250 you write, we do not know, it is square root of 250 only. And you know that this square root of 250 is very nearer to 16. Look at this one. 250 is very closer to 256. Therefore, square root of 250 is very closer to 16 only, not to 15, because it is very far from 225. Therefore, you can write square root of 250 is approximately 16. Approximately 16. Just we are finding the nearest square numbers, perfect square numbers. Then we are choosing the number which is very closer to this one. Very closer to this one is 256 and the square root of 250 is the square root of 256, that is 16. So I am writing, that's why it is approximately, not exactly. Exactly not the correct answer, very nearest answer. So this is how we can find the estimation of the square roots. We have some questions, just only a few questions I am going to do in this exercise. Find the square root of each of the following by division method. So let us select one question, 2304. So you can write like this, 2304. As I said, you can group this number into two digits of a group of two digits. So you get two groups here. The left group is 23. Nearest square number, 5 5 is 25, therefore 4 4s are 16. Subtract this one. Then 7 is the remainder. Double this one. So it becomes 8. So now bring down this 04. It becomes 704. So what number should be multiplied here? Suppose this 4 will come either with the multiplication of 82 into 2 or with the multiplication of 88 into 8. So think we will check it with 88 because 82 into 2 is a very smaller number compared to 704. Let us find out with 88 into 8. 88 into 8. 88 is 64. 64 plus 4, 70. So therefore, here you write 8. So then quotient also 8. 88 8 is 704. Remainder is 0. So therefore, you can write like this. Square root of 2304 is 48. It is 48. Then you take one more question. 4489. Second question. Let us do that. 4489. So you write like this between these two lines. 4489. Group the digits now. Two digits, one group. 89 as one group, 44 as another group. Nearest square number you find out here. Nearest square number to 44. 6 6 are 36. 7 7 are 49. It is more than that one. So therefore 6 6 are 36. Now you need to subtract this one. It becomes 8. Remainder is 8. So now double this one. 6 plus 6, it is 12. Bring down this 89 here. Right adjacent to 8. Remainder 8. So now 889 you are getting as a new dividend. So here you write down number. See, look at this. This the last digit is 9. If I write here 123, you will get 9. Last digit 9. But it is very near, smaller number compared to 889 when you multiply this one. 123 3s are nearly 300 something will come. Then another number you will get it by multiplying it by 7. 7s are, see 9. 7 7s are 49. 9 will come. The last digit. So this is a way of guessing the nearest number. 127 into 7. 127 into 7. Let us check it now. 7 7s are 49. 4. 7 2s are 14 plus 4, 8. 7 1s are 7 plus 1, 8. So that means 7 is the correct number. If you write 127 here, multiply with 7 only. 127 7s are 889. Subtract this, remainder is 0. Therefore, square root of 4489 is 67. This is how you can find out the square root of the numbers. So then the given question is like this. Second main, find the number of digits. You have to find out the number of digits in the following square root of each of the following numbers. So now the first question is 64. 64 is a number. If you find out the square root, how many digits will be there that you have to guess it? So it has got, look at this, it has got even number of digits. Even number of digits. So there are 2 digits. So its square root will be half of that one. So it has got a square root as, its square root has 1 digit. So without calculation we are telling how, if a number contains even number of digits, then its square root will be half of that one. So there are 2 digits, square root will be half of that one. So half of 2 means it is 1. Second question. So here 144. this number is having 3 digits, odd number of digits. Odd number of digits means square root n plus 1 by 2. Here n means 3 digits. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 by 2 means how many digits will be there? 2 digits. It's a square root. It's a square root has 2 digits. Because odd number of digits, 3 digits. 3 plus 1 by 2. N plus 1 by 2. 3 plus 1 means 4. 4 divided by 2 gives you 2. That is the 2 digits in the square root. Third one. Tell me what is the number of digits here? 4, 4, 8, 9. How many digits are there? So here the given number has got 4 digits. Even number of digits. Even number of digits means square root will have n by 2 digits. N means here 4, 4 by 2. So square root has 2 digits. It's a square root has 2 digits. By seeing the number of digits you can find out. Then fourth one, 27225. 27225. How many digits it is having now? 5. It's an odd number. Odd number. N plus 1 by 2 digits. Square root will have n plus 1 by 2. N means 5. 5 plus 1, that means 6. 6 divided by 2, that is 3 digits. It's a square root. It's a square root has 3 digits. Square root has 3 digits. Last question, 390625. 390625. See, look at this. This is having even number of digits. Even number of digits means formula. Square root has n by 2 digits. N means 6 by 2. So it's a square root. It's a square root has 3 digits. So let us recall, if a number has n digits, if a number has n digits, first case, and there are 2 cases. If n is even, square root has n by 2 digits. The second case, if n is odd, then it's a square root. Square root has n plus 1 by 2 digits. So this is the property we studied in the beginning itself. If a number has n digits, then we get 2 cases. One is it contains n. If n is having even digits, even number of digits, you can write here even number of digits. Okay. N is digits, number of digits only. If n is even, then square root has n by 2. If n is odd, number of digits is odd, then square root is n plus 1 by 2 digits. This we can apply here directly and you can find out the square root now. Find the square root of the following decimal numbers. First question given is 2.56 here. So let us write between the lines 2.56. What is the first step? Grouping the integral part. So here we have only one digit, one group. Then go to the decimal part. So we have only 2 digits, 5, 6. The nearest square number here, 1 ones are. So 1 ones are 1. So subtract here, remainder is also 1. So now you are moving to the decimal part. Now you keep the decimal point in the quotient also. You are going to decimal part. That's why you have to keep, before you go, keep the decimal point in the quotient also. Now bring down that 56 here. It becomes 156. New dividend is 156. Double this one. 1 plus 1, 2. Now we have a blank place here. So if I write 6, when you will get 6, either multiplying with 26 and 26 only, then where you will get? Or with 24 and 4. These are the only possibilities of getting 6 at the end. Which one you will multiply? If you multiply this one, 6 6 are 36, 3, 6 2 are 12 plus 3, 15. So you will get with this. So you write here 6. In the blank, you have to write 6. 26 6 are 156. Remainder is 0. So therefore, square root of 2.56 is 1.6. This is how you can find the square root of the numbers. 7.29. Let us find out the square root of 7.29. So you have to write between these lines like this. 7.29. Group the decimal integral part. There is only one digit. Decimal part also one digit. Two digits. One group only. So nearest square number is 4 only. 2 2s are 4. Subtract here 7 minus 4, 3. Now you are moving to the decimal point. So keep the decimal point there in the quotient. Bring this 29 down. So now double this divisor. 2 plus 2. It is 4. Fill this blank. What should be multiplied? See, 9 will come 43 into 3 or 47 into 7.
Sir, 47 into 7.
So let us guess this is a larger number compared to 3s. So 7 into 47. 7 7s are 49. 4. 7 4s are 28 plus 4, 32. So this is correct. You can fill here with 7. Multiply with 7 also. So you will get 329. So subtract here, remainder is 0. So therefore, square root of 7.29 is 2.7. Question now 51.84. So 51.84. So write between the lines here. 51.84. Group. Now you need to group the digits in the integral part. So first group we have only 5 1. In the decimal part also we have one group. So starting from decimal point, go to the left side. Then from the integral part left side. From the decimal part, go to right side there. So how many digits are there? You see them, make according with the groups. Now 51, nearest square number is 7. 7s are 49. 49 is the nearest square number. So subtract this one. What you will get? 51 minus 49. What is the answer? 2. Then decimal point, we are moving to the decimal part. Keep the decimal point here. So then bring down this 84 here. It becomes 284. Double this divisor. So it becomes 14. Fill this blank now. 14 here, 4 will come. Either multiplying 142 with a 2.
14.
Then another number.
284.
148 into 8 also here 8 also you will get, but this one will become very large number. You can take this 142 into 2 only. So I will write here 142 2s are. 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2. So remainder is 0. Therefore square root of 51.84 is 7.2. Is it clear?